Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going through 3 projects that are upcoming and that I think would be good to get at least whitelisted for, and then keeping an eye to see if you're going to be minting or not. These are projects that are going to be a lot of hype, a lot of technology behind it, as well as I'm going to go through a little bit of some trends that I'm seeing in the space in terms of the ways people are marketing NFT projects in a special way, seems like. Anyways, so if you like these kind of videos, please go down below, like and subscribe. Let's get into it. The first project we have here is Vech. This is basically in the niche of vehicles, right? So if you have been looking at the NFT space, land is a big thing. You know, in some ways, right now in the current market conditions, it looks like if you can get into almost any kind of land that had some kind of roadmap with solid like art and stuff like that, that would do well. It reminds me of like middle of last year, but instead of being PFPs, it's just by land. But this time it's a little bit harder technology needed because land is not as easy to create, etc. But still, the reason why I'm mentioning about land is because vehicles are pretty closely tied to land, right? When people think about like what else in the metaverse, vehicles come up as a close secondary. And then it's all the other stuff like different items, pets, etc., etc. But vehicles seem like they have a little bit of a niche of themselves right below the land overall narrative, if you're following me. So Vech is a pretty interesting project, and their biggest highlight is that they are actually partnered up with Google. BMW. If you look at this video, I'm just gonna play it. Short video, but it's very cool. BMW of Fairfield, California. Pretty dope. I think what's happening is also that some of these big, large brands, they are seeing all the attention this space is getting, and they're just like, hey, might as well just partner up with the company, right? So if somebody approaches it like, hey, we got the land, it looks like this, is everything cool? We're gonna slap your logo on it if you say yes, and they're like, fine. They're like, yeah, hell yeah, and then they tweet about it and it's over. So, but yeah, they got this partnership, and it's pretty cool. We just looked at the video. The roadmap, it looks a little bit like, kind of hard to read. I don't know if you guys can see it, but basically this part, a lot of it is about the initial, mints and then the cars that are being dropped, the whitelist process, some merch that's going to be coming up, etc., etc. And then like baby vehicles are going to be going up, as like Epoch 3, Epoch 5 is Omencia chain metaverse, so they're going to go into their entire metaverse, completely decentralized with the DAO and stuff. So they have pretty big plans in the roadmap, and it's just about if they're going to be able to execute on it. And for that, we should look at the founder, and that is Hayden Spillman. And at least he's doxed, and he's been putting up designs of the type of vehicles they are going to be releasing for some time now. And so at the very least, they are working something behind the scenes. Now, one thing I did see is that this guy did have a previous work that was on OpenSea. It's his Instagram right here. It's like all about videos on the project and whatnot. So at least the founder itself is linking back to the project. I mentioned this some time ago. Like sometimes some projects are mentioning founders and there's nothing about those founders talking about the project back, which then you have to actually like verify if it's really true. But in this case, at least, the founder is who he says he is. And he had a project earlier on in last year, and it's called Big Ass Robots, right? It did do really well, but it wasn't like a proper launch in the first place. It was just 27 items that he put just on OpenSea. Didn't do a proper whole launch the way NFTs normally launch, and the floor price is kind of bad, but the design is pretty cool. So it's like kind of hard to tell, right? It's like, okay, they didn't perform that well and it wasn't a real project, so do I really judge him in that way? But the design of it is pretty cool in terms of what it was made, at least for the time that it got launched in. Quick alpha right there is, if this project does well and you can't get the mint, or you don't feel comfortable or you weren't able to, keep an eye. if it really skyrockets, you might be able to get some of these pieces, floor pieces, and they will appreciate in value. There's not that many, only 27 of them. If you just get the floor and sweep one or two of these, and this project goes, to the moon, some of these will go up. Mark my words on that. I mean, not financial advice. All right, next was Metaverse. And as you can see, I mean, Metroverse, where my scroll is, I kind of got lost in the whole crypto rabbit hole on this project. And basically what happened here with me is that I was starting to see like how did they market all these people to come up with these unique designs. And what basically they did is they asked the community to draw them. This is something that I'm seeing more and more of. They ask the community to come up with drawings and make it a huge thing, right? Sometimes before people were doing this, projects were doing this, like part of just like a little giveaway or something after the project launches within one of their Discord channels, and it didn't get much hype. But now they do it as part of the whitelist process that, hey, draw something, and once that will get likes and looks great, whatever, you'll get whitelisted. So you can see a lot of the community made some really cool stuff. This person, Huntress, I know I'm not as talented as others, but I tried my best. I hope to get noticed by, the Metroverse. So, she might have a little bit of, what do you call it? Like low self-esteem or whatever they call it. But okay, she tried. That looks pretty cool. And then there's been a bunch of this kind of stuff that came out, and they've been showing their design for some time as well. Now, this is what I like about this project is I actually like how it looks. I'm not sure why. What is it exactly about it? I personally have always kind of liked stuff that's a little bit like, how do you say, like looks like an economy, and it's kind of hard to explain. But when I was little, like I would look at like bowls where there's a lot of like trees and shrubs and bushes and stuff, and there's like small tadpoles, and try to like look at it as if like it's like economy, some kind of like magnificent thing going on, and has like a world of its own. This kind of reminds me of that feel. Probably getting too personal with that. But the point is, looks pretty cool, has like a whole thing. Each thing is pretty unique of itself, like actually very unique. It almost, I mean, I believe these are just designed one of one, which is pretty cool. Again, another kind of like trend I'm seeing. Their projects are now making up for the effort, right? Last year, people would not do anything like this because like, why? You can just software encode and like have the traits multiplied and then it'll sell out. But now people are really taking the time. And one way, if you don't have a huge following and stuff, that you can get attention in the space is by literally putting an immense amount of effort, right? One-on-one creating each project one by one is going to, one way to do that. So there are two things that I wanted to mention while I'm showing you upcoming projects, right? So see how much educational these videos are. Go like and subscribe. So this looks pretty cool, and they are. I mean, really, the only downfall to this project is the founders are not doxed, right? And if you look at their Discord, they have like these numbers all mean something. Where did it go? I just lost it. These numbers basically mean like how much MET token you're going to be earning. So there's a play to earn aspect to it. And then the whole point of the entire thing, as I understand it, is like a trading system, right? So you have different people have different lands, and you're buying and selling land, which is funny because the game itself is buying and selling land, and then we're buying and selling the NFT of the land. It's like, yes, they really did that. As I understand it, if I misquoted that, somebody correct me, it's going to be embarrassing, but that's kind of like what I just got when I scrolled through their Discord. But the main thing, like I said, drawback wise, is they are not doxed, and they had a mention about it's for their safety and stuff, which I mean, I don't like any kind of reasoning like that, because if you look at the S&P 500, I mean, like if you look at the public companies, they're all doxed. Nobody's undoxed in public companies. So for them to say like for their safety because of the wealth they're gonna have and stuff, it's like I'm not really sure why people think they can do that for crypto stuff, but they don't have to do it for normal stuff. Anyways, that's just that. This project, okay, Serial Club. This one, to be honest, the reason I put it up here is because it has a lot of hype, and they went through a marketing strategy that I haven't really seen in a particular fashion. Like other projects do this, but it's like this is the only thing that they did. So I wanted to bring to your radar. Before I get into this project, it's not one that I'm comfortable buying. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Even though it has like very good people behind it, I'm not comfortable buying this one. because of the utility, lack of things like that. It's just like, PFPs. But their marketing strategy was really unique. And if somebody who's watching knows how they did this, please comment below. I really want to know. And that is this. Let me get to it. So, okay, what is this? First of all, I skipped too far. It's just cereal. Cereal Club is people, basically munchers, they're calling themselves, and they look like doodles. I think they're kind of derived from it. And they're, NFTs that just all about people who love cereal. But if you look at, welcome, Pat Club, LA Clippers, product manager, and Netflix Cereal Club. So they like reached out to these guys and got them in to join the Discord and stuff like that, apparently. Would love to welcome Pranksy and Nate Alex. And if you don't know, these guys are kind of very big influencers in the NFT space, both of them. And they came on. Okay. And then, what else did I show? Like, they basically have been reaching out to a lot of people in a way where I'm not sure how they got their attention, to be paying it short. Head of business development at Pinata Cloud. So if you don't know Pinata, it's like a storage platform. It's actually what most people use when they create an NFT project. And he's the head of the business development of that software. And they got this guy to come in. So bunch of people like that, head of product ops of Stripe, they reached out. And some of it, I'm not exactly sure if the people actually confirmed. Some of it did. Like some of them, like for example, the Pinata guy confirmed that, what is this? Oh, that's my notes. Okay, I went through all the people. But basically, I just put a list of all the shoutouts they did for people. And they got people to come in this project in an interesting way. But other than that, I don't see anything that's bullish, but I wanted to bring it to your attention because there's a lot of hype. A lot of people are, in the Discord and stuff, and they have been just using this strategy over and over again, right? They got 20 followers just doing this. They reach out to people, they shout out that these people are, very head of this, head of that is joining their project. And then the Discord link only appears for like an hour or so and then goes away. So again, if you feel like there's something that you might miss out on this, go and get in their Discord. You can see they do this like randomly throughout the day. Would you like to eat cereal? Blah blah blah. Come join us in the cereal club. Discord. 50 uses. After 50 people join you with that link, it's like it explodes, or they delete it and stuff like that. Or it's like it just becomes invalid, right? If I try to go to it, it's just like not gonna go through. So again, I personally don't like things like this a lot of times because it's like kind of like, okay, they're keeping all their Discords kind of secret, and it's like, ending Discord links and all this kind of stuff while they're showing why you should join. So it's like immense proof of why you should join, but making it very hard for you to join and creating the FOMO. It works very well. It's actually a very very old marketing technique in terms of the principles, right? Create immense demand and like making it very hard for you to get your product and make it seem exclusive. So they're using that, but I'm just not sure how they actually got in touch with all these people and what kind of deal they gave them to be able to say their name in their project. That's pretty much it. That's the only thing I would watch out for. But other than that, it looks pretty interesting. All right, that was a lot. Almost did a one take with this one. So glad if you guys watch it till the end. I'm actually going to link to another video I did very recently. It talks about some of the previous projects that just went up, guys. Invisible Friends is still coming up. I think it's a good project. So if you are interested in that, please go down below and click that link. Otherwise, like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon.